Okay, we should have volume now, so there you go. Sorry about all that. We had technical difficulties on power cords and adapter cords and all this other shit. So let me get going here. Before we go out to the shop and actually look at the vehicle itself, we're going to go and talk about a few items. And computer shit, dude. You know? Fucking. Okay. Alright. Looks like we got volume. Okay, so can everybody hear me now? Are we in focus here? The picture quality ain't that good. I don't understand why. But yeah, that's because we're out here, see? Out in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with the video. We got Freddie Sodium, Kevin McCarthy. How y'all doing out there? I want to see, how's the picture quality? The picture quality on this end looks like shit. Looks like total trash over here. So let's go ahead and see if we can bump this up and get a better picture quality, because this is bullshit. Okay. All right. Hang on. There we go. Okay. All right. So we got Kevin McCarthy. First of all, I want to tell everybody Merry Christmas. We got Sammy Salami in the house. We also got another special guest. And I told Sammy, I said, look, I want you to get up there. I want you to go up into the mountains. I want you to find Santa Claus. He refuses to do it. Do you believe that? Sammy Salami said he already found Santa Claus. He doesn't want to hear Santa Claus whining and crying and bitching and complaining about this, that, and the other. So we have a special guest that came over to SWR. We ain't seen this guy in 10 years. This guy that I'm talking about is one of the nicest, most humble son of a bitches that can walk on earth. And he is going to talk to Sammy Salami here in a little while. And we're going to see if we can actually get this guy that I'm talking about, get this guy to go up in the mountains today. It just got done raining. He's going to go up in the mountains and he's going to look for Sammy Salami. I'm sorry, Sammy Salami's not going to be looking. He's going to be looking for Santa Claus. All right. So... and then once we get all this footage where he's going up there, we will post that story, that news object, that tremendous story of Santa Claus 2023. We're going to be posting that on my other channel, SWRNC. So we've had a lot of technical difficulties with the camera. And hopefully, well, I'm going to check one more time. Okay, we got volume. What the problem was is the cable that goes from my microphone over to my phone was screwed up, and well, we finally got it fixed, I hope. So, back to the situation. We got Freddie, Kevin, and SH4V3D89. We got Sean Martelli, and we just got Tony Rodden, so... I know it's a busy weekend this weekend, and we're probably not going to get a lot of views going. We got Bernie Godfathers, and he just reminded me, I want to tell everybody Merry Christmas out there, and we'll be back before Happy New Year's. But I've gotten some mail, and I want to go over this. So we got a beautiful Christmas card from our buddy Mike Peterson and family out in Myrtle Creek, Oregon. I think that's Myrtle Creek, Oregon. So thank you very much, Mike Peterson. And then we got Kelly Ann. We got a card from Kelly Ann. And I think that these people actually visited my shop. And we want to say Merry Christmas to them. Thank you very much. We got one from our faithful priest that moved up to Helper, Utah, Father Roland. Beautiful card. Nice, awesome card. Thank you very much, Father Roland. We didn't really get a gander at Mike Peterson's. Let's go ahead and look at that. And then also, Mike Peterson wrote us a very long, detailed letter, which I haven't read yet, but I will be reading this. And we'll be checking that out. So thank you very much, Mike. And he also sent me a little card here that says, to think about how can God's word improve your life. The Bible answers that question at Isaiah 48, 17, 18, and 2 Timothy 3, 16, 17. So how do you view the Bible? Thank you very much, Mike Peterson. We're going to check all this out. And he actually sent us a card from Oregon. Beautiful postcard. A lot of people don't send postcards anymore. That's a thing of the past because we got iPhones now. We can just text pictures. We got a beautiful Christmas card here. And that one is from our buddy Tim and Deb in Colorado Springs. Okay, Tim, guitar guy Tim sent us a card. Beautiful card. Thank you very much, Tim. I got another package. Let me get it. Hang on. I don't know if this was actually something for Christmas or the guy from Eddy Furnar, Mr. Eddy Furnar down in Jurupa Valley, California, sent this beautiful picture, I might say. Let's go ahead and look at that. And he sent us a nice, long, detailed letter. It says here, my name is Ed. I'm 62, retired. I was a heavy equipment operator for years. I started watching a while back. I'm currently restoring my father's 51 Chevy sedan delivery that was a rust bucket, trying to bring it back, but actually doing okay. Took it to a shop and their minimum was $10,000. And that was with me buying all the patch panels, etc., etc. I had bought them from EMS prior to the shop visit. Anyway, I said, screw it. Started taking notes from your channel and things are going pretty good. Considering I don't know what I'm doing, but I fear not, and I keep stepping. Was out with my wife the other day and saw this thought about my friend Pete. So here you go. I know you don't ask for or want anything, which I don't. All I want is for people to watch my videos. I really don't, ask for anything. This is just a very small token of appreciation. Wouldn't be where I'm at without my friend Pete and Minnie the Body Shop Girl. Thank you both. God bless you, Eddie and Tina. Sorry about the cute paper. I guess he's talking about the flowers on the paper here. It's all I could find. All right. Today. I would actually read you the letter from Mike, but that thing's like 4 pages long, so please don't get offended, Mike, if I don't read it. So I got this picture here, and it said that he was thinking of me when we were looking at that picture, and he went ahead and bought that. So we'll hang this up somewhere. If I can find a place to hang it up, I don't know where, but we'll get it somewhere where, randomly blink an eye and you might be able to see it in the corner or something. So thank you very much for the beautiful picture, Eddie and Tina from California. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we did get a couple other Christmas cards, and if I didn't mention your name and you're watching this, I'm sorry. Those cards are already inside with the other cards we got from relatives and such. Speaking of relatives, we didn't get nothing from people we don't want to talk about. So if they're watching, okay, there's your Christmas present right there. And they'll know who we're talking about if they got that. All right, so let's go ahead and move down the line. And what we're going to do is we are going to talk about a car, which is a Camaro. I calculated that car. That car's been here for 8 years. in my possession. And very, very interesting situation. The car, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little history on this Camaro. The car, it actually came from a one-owner garage that we found on Craigslist. And the guy held the car. He got the car. It was a one-owner car. It was a six-cylinder standard shift. And then by the time that the owner, Otto, the one that owns it now, by the time he wanted it, the guy that actually bought the car from the original owner took the original drivetrain out of it, which was a three-speed. It was a three-speed car, and it was a six-cylinder. So that was all gone. So we got the car with no motor or transmission, and it came with all these parts. Of course, we thought all the parts were going to work. We used most of them, but some of them didn't work at all. And then the owner got into a pickle of a deal where we had to put the car on hold. We ended up replacing quarter panel on it and a section of the back tail light panel, and then another section on the other quarter panel. But other than that, the car was rust free. And then the car sat for, I don't know how many years, maybe 4, 5. And then we finally got back on it. The owner, 3 years ago, when I first moved here, now this is during COVID, and I'm just refreshing everybody's mind to let them know why this car has been a fucking hassle and a nightmare. What happened is he ordered a crate engine from Jags Automotive. He actually ordered the motor and the transmission from Jags. I think he ended up paying like $17,000 for all this shit. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe it was less than that, more, but I know it was very expensive. And when I got to my shop, I had to go to the dentist over in Helper, Utah. And when I got back to my shop, I saw this big box on my porch, and I went over to check it out. It was dark. It was late. And it was the engine that the owner bought, but the crate that it was sitting in was crushed up. The oil pan was crushed. There was a lot of stuff on the engine itself that was broke. And we ended up sending that engine back. It took almost a month to get that thing sent back. And then they sent another engine out here, and it wasn't even an engine. It was an engine block. It was just a bare engine block is all it was. It wasn't what we thought. And then, finally, after about 3 or 4 more months, we finally got a crate engine in. So we get this crate engine in, and we get all the stuff for it. We finally got the engine, but we don't have a transmission. So now, almost a year or more has passed. About a year and a half, and we finally get this transmission, and we find out that this transmission is the fucking killer of the situation. When I say that, that is what put the sour pickle in the jar. We went through very, very many nightmares. I ended up pulling the engine and transmission out 4 times. The first time we pulled it out, because my friend Pete doesn't lie, I don't bullshit, I don't hide stuff from people. All right, the first time that we pulled it out, myself and I put the pressure plate on backwards. Now, I had the engine. I think I let the engine run for like 20 seconds or something, and I figured, oh, this ain't right, something's wrong. We ended up pulling it out. I put everything in the right way, and then we find out that all this shit that we got, all these parts, you got to critically fit this in here, boutiquely do it, where it is a nightmare from hell. And, you know, of course, the company that he bought all this stuff from, they're like, oh, it's easy to do. Everybody in the world knows how. Are you a dumbass? What's your problem? So we end up going through that scenario twice, and it never worked. I ended up buying 3 other bell housings, and all the bell housings that I purchased were wrong. They wouldn't fucking work. We ended up sending those back. I ended up buying adapter plates and spacer plates and just all this crazy shit. I went through 4 pilot bearings, all right? Because depending on where the shaft ends up is where you put your fucking pilot bearing. And so I ended up going through all this bullshit, and it all came down to the fact that American powertrain sells junk. That's what it came down to. Now, I contacted the owner and I said, do you want to keep all this shit or do you want me to just dump it? We actually had a guy, a YouTuber, he's probably watching this, I don't know, that wanted to buy all that stuff. And I talked him out of it because it's junk. Total fucking junk. The bell housing is a universal bell housing that fits 400 fucking engines. And with this transmission that we have, this precise, accurately, down to the 1,000th square fucking inch, diabolical roller bearing transmission, you have to have a very precise bell housing to make this thing work, which the American piece of shit powertrain company that won't even give the owner a refund on all the junk that he bought from him. It was junk. It's outside in the scrap pile right now. The owner said he didn't want that. He wants the pressure plate, the clutch plate, and the throwout bearing. He said somebody might be able to use it. We're going to put it in the car and send it. I don't care. So we finally went to MDL, Modern Drive Line. I think that's what it's called. Modern Drivetrain MDL. And they're out in Idaho, out here in Cobalt, Idaho, or some bullshit town. And this time I actually ordered everything. And I did all my research on this fucking thing. Because let me tell you something. I never, ever in my life, and I'm going to go ahead and say it again. I've said this before. I built 478 Street Beast kit cars from scratch, okay? Now, what a Street Beast is, it's a kit car. It's a fiberglass kit car. I built 478 of these things. Now, a lot of them weren't turnkey where they drive down the road, and a lot of them were. A lot of them were just body on roller type cars. You know, okay, you do all the fiberglass work, you build the rolling chassis, you put the motor and transmission in, and then the owner takes it and finishes it. But there was a lot of them that I did from start to finish, and they literally drove out. So I'm not a dumbass when it comes to this shit. I've been in business 44 years. I make mistakes just like you make mistakes. And I have never in my life heard of dialing in a fucking bell housing. Never in my life. Before I ended up doing it the last time, and I told the owner, you could take a chance and spend $2,300 and buy all this stuff from Modern Driveline, and if it doesn't work, then I'm done. All right? I'm done. Well, if it wouldn't have worked, I would have kept on going because I'm the type of guy that I finish what I start. So, anyway, we finally get all that shit in there, and we finally get it working. Of course, there were other problems involved, which included the aftermarket, probably made in Vietnam, clutch pedal, that the clutch pedal was not in the proper position, and I had to pie cut it up high, pull the pedal out away from the firewall because, and put it in, okay? Watch the videos. You can see how it's done. I'm not going to go through the whole deal. So we finally got the transmission shifting and working, and I thought I was done with it. I contacted the owner, and I said, do you want to get the exhaust? Yes, find out how much it is. I found out how much it was. We got the exhaust put on it. I had to take this car, living in Moab. Nobody does exhaust systems here. I had to take the car all the way to Price, Utah. And that's a 250-mile round trip. All right. I had to make that twice. I went through 2.5 tanks of gas, whatever. I don't know. 2 days of fucking dicking around. I ended up catching a head cold up there at the mechanic shop it was at. But in the long run, they actually did a badass job. And I think it was called R&K. If you live in the state of Utah or surrounding area and you want some awesome exhaust put on your car at a very reasonable price, call them guys over in Wellington. Just look up exhaust mufflers, Wellington, Utah. They're the only ones that'll come up. Very nice guy. His name's Randy. Go see him. Tell him my friend Pete told you. Give him a call and tell him thank you very much for hooking my friend Pete up. That would be awesome if you did that. He'd probably really appreciate that. I think it was called R&K muffler. So anyway, I get it back to my shop. Actually, I went and picked it up. And they said, there's something wrong with the engine. You got a rod throwing or something. We started up and we hear this bam, 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 bam noise. I was so depressed when I got back. I made a video. I was hollering, screaming, and cussing on that video. And a live video, I took that video off. I was embarrassed. There was a lot of stuff I said on there I shouldn't have said. We finally found out what the problem was. We're going to go out there and look at that problem. And I finally fixed the problem. And it's a done deal. Now, I haven't started the car up yet. I was waiting to go live on this little video. So I got a couple quarts of oil that I got to put in it. And then we are going to turn the key over and start it up. And that motherfucker better not make any noise. It better run smooth. It better run clean. And it better be done. All right? I don't even want to start it. I really don't even want to start the fucking thing, to be honest with you. So I hope everybody is having a beautiful holiday weekend. As you can see, my friend Pete's working this weekend. And I'll probably be working tomorrow as well. So it's going to be a very long weekend for my friend Pete. We won't be going anywhere or doing anything. We're just going to stay right here. We don't have any relatives coming over. We don't have relatives calling or nobody knocking our door down or sending us, no relatives or children, you might say, contacting me or wondering how I'm doing, which I feel the same way about them. So let's get on with this and get her done. Okay, so what we got here, and I got to put the rest of the oil in it. And I'm not putting high-tech, fancy fucking oil in it. I'm just putting break-in oil. There's no sense putting high-end, expensive oil in it when the owner's probably going to change the oil anyway. But what we did, and I'll try to get up under here if I can, is we went ahead and changed the oil pan out. And there's the new oil pan in the fucking car. I got everything hooked back up on it. We literally had to basically pull the engine out of the car. When I say that, we had to take the motor mounts loose, jack it up. Thank God we didn't have to pull the distributor out. I was really, really concerned about that because I actually, when it was over at the muffler shop, I actually paid them some extra money to give it a tune-up and get the carburetor and timing in line and get all that done. So It's all hooked back up. Everything is ready to start. We got to get a couple more quarts of oil in it, and then we're going to start it up and see how it runs. I do want to show you the oil pan. I want to go over this oil pan situation with you, and I want to show you this because this is what I was using, okay? And I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there. And let me get the stand here because I want to go over this oil pan thing because I've been trying to figure this out. And we're going to figure it out. I mean, it really doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's a done deal. So we got a new oil pan, and there shouldn't be anything else wrong with it. Let's cross our fingers anyway. So I want to go over this oil pan, and I want to kind of ask what you think about this deal. And I want you to give me an opinion on it. And let me know what you think, because I'm not really going to say that I'm not taking the blame for it, but on the other hand, I'm also going to say that I'm not going to say that it is my fault. That it could have just happened anytime whatsoever. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. So I'm going to get the monitor going. And then I am going to get the oil pan up here while that's working. Because I'm not really convinced about this situation that I did this. And I'm going to show you why. So we got our monitor going here. I think it is. Okay. It says we're live. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right, so this is what the real deal is. Can you see the oil pan here? When I set everything up so I can dial in the bell housing. Now, remember, this is the front of the engine here. That's the back of the engine. What I did is I took some jack stands, and I'm going to show you that. So I took two of these jack stands, just like this right here. And then on the motor mounts, I jacked it up. So it was jacked up about this high. It wasn't sitting on the oil pan. So the stand, you can kind of see right there, that's what's going on. Okay. And then I took two of these blocks and I put these blocks right here just like this. Now I put them as close as I can to the flywheel crank pulley. Do you see what I'm trying to say here? So it wasn't sitting like way back here like this. And if you look at it, all the weight is on the edges of it here. This is where the weight is on this rolled edge. It's not in the middle, okay? And I definitely didn't have it like that. So having it sitting here on the front, and it wasn't even, like the weight wasn't even on it because I had my engine hoist, I had pressure on that holding it. So all the weight was actually right here like this, okay, on the motor mount. And all this was doing is just letting it rest so Minnie can actually turn the crankshaft with a ratchet while I was over there dialing in the bell housing. So now we're going to get the camera, and I'm going to show you this damage on this thing. And to me, it looks like it might have been damaged the whole time that we've had this car. Or should I say this engine? It might have been damaged this whole time, and I'm going to show you this. And it could have happened in the shipping is what I'm saying. So if you look at the damage here, you can see there's a crease right here. Do you see that? And then you can see a dip right here where the crankshaft was hitting that. But this is where the damage is, right here. It's from here all the way over to here, and it looks like it goes up like this and then down like that, like a V. But if you look at the way that the engine is sitting, there's no way that having a block of wood on there like this would cause that type of damage. So I'm thinking that this fucking deal, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to get out of fixing it or doing anything. I'm thinking that something somewhere down the line fucked that up, okay? And I don't even know. Let's look at the bottom and look at it. And you can see it doesn't even look like it's dented on here, like there wasn't anything on it. So it looks like it was dented from the factory itself, because you can't even see any marks or any imperfections of where something could have actually damaged it. So I'm thinking that this was a factory fucking default from the factory itself. And the reason we didn't hear it and hear that rubbing noise that it was making all this time is because we had straight exhaust on it with super loud headers. Do you see what I'm saying? It had straight headers and it was very, very loud. So we would have never actually heard that. But look at the bottom of this and you can tell there's no spots where, anything made anything. And it looks like it was made that way or possibly a defect from the factory. What a fucking joke. That's all I can tell you. So I just wanted to clarify that, yes, we did replace the oil pan. It does have a brand new oil pan. And when you see the video set on this car, you'll see that we lined up the oil pans. And this is totally different than the oil pan that I purchased. And even Minnie, the body shop girl, does not think that we did anything to it. So she thinks that it was done in shipping, or possibly it was just fucked up from the factory. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 quarts in there, and then we're going to start this up. And we should not have any, I'm going to say it again, we shouldn't have any fucking problems whatsoever. I mean, there's nothing else I can do to this car. There's nothing else that my friend Pete can do to it. And if I get this thing running and driving and we don't have to, I'm done with it. I am done. I'm not doing anything else to this car except do everything I need to do to get it out of the shop. And that, my friend, is the honest truth. So, like I said, the oil that we're putting in here is basically break-in oil. It doesn't even have 1 mile on it. And that's all we're doing. We're just putting some cheap 10W40 oil. And then when the owner gets the car, if he wants to change it and do whatever he's got to do, then, you can do that. We did not change the oil filter on it. And once again, this is just break-in oil to get him down the road and out of my fucking hair. So while that's draining in there, I'm going to go ahead and hook the battery up. See if we even got juice. Okay, so it should start up for us with no problems. I don't see or foresee anything else. While I'm putting this oil in, I want to thank everybody out there for following along. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. I'm asking you very nicely. I actually have 191,000. I just made 191,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. And I would love to see 200,000 subscribers. I don't know if that'll ever happen or when it will happen. But it would really be nice if you show your support to my friend Pete and do what you got to do to follow along. Now, if we see any smoke when we start it, that's from the paint on the headers. So I'm just letting you know. So let me go ahead and check the oil. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put about another half quart in there. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to put another full quart. So this has been a really, really big journey on this car. And while I'm filling this up, we're going to talk about our other car, the Mustang, our Mustang. And we actually have that car where we're actually packing stuff in it we're going to look at. And we are 98% done with that car. 98% done. Okay, that should be enough right there because I already put 2.5 quarts in it. And it only takes 5 quarts. So, I don't see any oil leaks, so that's good. That is awesome. A lot of work here, guys. A lot of fucking work. So, let's hope when we get this thing all full of oil. Hold on a minute. There's a couple wires that I got to hook up that came disconnected. Here's one right here. Okay, we're good to go. And that goes like that. And that should be it. All right. Okay, let me check the oil one more time. And then we are going to start this beast up and see what it does. And we are awesome. That is exactly right on the money. Okay, so here we go. Let's cross our fingers. And we don't want to. Okay, somebody said full level audio. Can you hear me out there? Do we have? Okay, okay, do we have volume? Can people hear me talking? I need the thumbs up. Okay. Somebody said something about audio. All right, let's get this thing running. I know I'm dragging it on here. I'm really not, but let's go ahead and finish this out and get it started. I don't really want to start it. I'm afraid something's going to go wrong with it, but we'll do it anyway. So here we go. Hold on tight. All right, I think we got the Camaro running and driving. I don't think we have to do anything else to it. It's a done deal, and it's all over with. That's it. No noises, no rattling. The car shifts and drives, and we got everything fixed. So, yeah, it's a great, great Christmas right here. Let's go ahead and turn this off. I'm gonna go ahead and... Okay, there you go. So, this is the end of the saga on the 1967 Camaro transmission engine issue. It's a done deal. It's over. It sounds like I might have to adjust the carburetor just a smidgen, but we're done. No more mechanic work on this. We'll be done to this. The only other thing that I will have to do mechanically is wire up the headlights once I get all the front end done. The owner did mention now that he wants black RS stripes on it. And look at all the water this thing dumped out. Condensation out of the pipes. Wow. Let's hope that's not radiator fluid, huh, guys? It's not, trust me. Don't even fucking say it. Don't even say it. It's condensation. It's not fucking oil, water in the oil. It's nothing. I'm not even going to look at it. It's a done deal. So, that's it. We're done. We are done. He wants to put the black stripes on it. I don't know if he wants the Rally Sport stripes or the Super Sport stripe, what he wants, so I'll have to get with him on that. What we're going to be doing to this car next, I'm going to go ahead and bolt all the front end pieces back onto the vehicle, get everything lined up. We're going to go back and finalize all the body work up on it. I'm going to go ahead and take the wheels off of it, the wheels and tires, and put the old ones back on for now. Oh, I can't. I got to leave those on there because of the brakes. In this box right here, we got a rear spoiler. We ordered that a year ago, so we got to put that on. That's the front spoiler right there. He actually got one of those with his junk, his stuff, but it actually had a crack in it, so we had to get another one. This is all this bullshit stuff here that goes on the car. Let's go over and look at the Mustang real quick. And you can see by what's going on here, we're getting ready to pack this thing up and send it back to the owner. I got a few little items to do. I got to put that on. I got sun visors to put in, rear view mirror. But you can see, look what's going on here. There's nothing left. That whole wall was full of shit, and then look what we got left. That's it. We got a steering wheel I'm going to send back to the owner. I'm going to put the old steering wheel back on it. He can put that on it after he's done doing his mechanic work. We'll see if he wants this stuff here. And then that's about it. That's it. I got the kicker panels in. You can't see them, but they're in. Everything's done to this car. There's this extra wire harness and all this shit. So let me go ahead and show you this. This is really important when you're restoring a car. And let me get the stand here. Because when you're restoring one of these old cars, this is something that you should really take pride in and doing. And I made a video of this, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you anyway. When you open up the hood on this car, and when you do a restoration like this, it's very important that the engine compartment looks factory OEM, just like it came from the factory. And if you look right there on that piece of rubber, I want to show you this. Let me go ahead and get this going. Hang on. Okay. So what I want to show you is this piece of rubber. This is a factory seal that goes on the core support. But the way that this is originally put on, and I don't know if you can see it in the picture. I'm going to bring the camera over here. Is with staples. That's how they originally did that. Okay? They didn't have this adhesive and all this other crap back then. So to make this all original, when he opens the hood up and it looks like a factory original car from the factory and an NOS restoration, you really have to pay attention to detail, and this is one of them. So the way that I did this is I took a 1/16 drill, and I literally drilled out each hole, put the staple in, and then bent the staple over from underneath. Now, on top of that, I also glued this on. All right? I glued it on as well, but I put the staples in there so when you open up this beautiful car and this beautiful hood, you will look, and this is what catches your eye. This is the kind of stuff that really makes you pay attention to detail. Your eyeball might not see it, but your brain does. Does that make any sense? And then the same thing with the caddy and bolts. I mean, look how nice this looks, and not just there, but on the engine compartment and just everywhere. It just, you know, really makes a difference. And here's one of the staples right here. Let me go ahead and get that. So here's one of the staples that I use. So I just wanted to show everybody that you know, attention to detail is very, very important. And you should always be aware that do the best job you can and take your time to do it right. That's the main thing. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, and we're getting these cars out of the shop. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. If there's anybody out there that's looking to get their car restored, that needs some restoration done, my friend Pete is almost ready to take in more work. I am doing collision repair as well, but I would love to have a restoration job in here. I'm going to California to pick one up in the spring, but it's always good to have two of them here due to the fact that when you're waiting on stuff on this, you're working on that and that. So if you're looking for paint jobs, if you're looking for restoration work, remember my friend Pete. I'm a very honest, square, straight guy. I do work for people all over the United States, and I don't rip you off. Matter of fact, I don't even ask for any money until I've actually done work for you, if you want to know the honest truth about the matter. One more thing I want to show everybody. So let's go over here. I just got some new pictures in, and I want to show those to you. So let me put this back on here. And I'm getting ready to make some custom frames for them. So if you're interested in these pictures, contact me or Minnie. And you can see there's a couple of them right here already framed. And I'll hold those up so you can see those. But I want to show you, I'm getting some new artwork in, pictures that I took and I made. And let's see here, are we? Okay. There we go. All right. So here's one right here. Now this is a pretty badass picture. There we go. Okay, so the picture that I'm going to show you here, I'm getting ready to make a custom frame for it. And these are printed on a different type of aluminum. These are actually printed on brushed aluminum. And let me see if we can see that. I want to make sure everybody gets a good gander at it. Okay, here we go. Okay, I just want everybody to get a gander at this. Look how beautiful that is. We got the old truck, the old GMC truck, some mountains in the back and the desert. And it's brushed aluminum. It's got a very, very awesome look to it. So I'm getting ready to print this one out. This is going to be a printed deal. I'm getting ready to make a custom frame for that, so we're going to have that one for sale. And then I got another one here that's pretty badass. And I also have this printed on brushed aluminum. And the look that it gives it is very, very cool. So you can see that one right there. It's got all the pickup trucks, and the scenery that you see behind you is actually Monument Valley. That's Monument Valley, John Wayne country right there. So I'm getting ready to frame these, and you can see how beautiful that is when the light hits it. Okay, beautiful picture. And when I frame these, they will be for sale. I'm not keeping them. And then I have this one here. This is a rainstorm in the Moab Desert. And look how beautiful the sky is on that. And you can actually see the rainstorm right here. It all goes down to there. So that's a beautiful picture. And then I got this other one here. Hang on one second. And this one here, this is a badass picture. This is in the canyons of Moab. up in Steel Bender. No, Metal Master. I'm sorry, Metal Master. And this is looking over at Edge here. This is all the canyons. And look at the crisp colors of that and the beautiful sky and just everything in it. So if you're interested in these, let me know. I'll have these ones framed up in the next couple weeks. And that picture right there, that's badass, people. Look at that. And if I get more than one call for this, I can always get other ones printed up. So, yeah. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. Thanking you for watching. If you're interested in the pictures, I'm not begging you to buy them. That's how I make a living, okay? I'm self-employed. I actually had a guy tell me that, why are you selling those pictures? Why the fuck not? Okay, you bastard. Almost fell and tripped. Why shouldn't I sell my pictures? What the fuck? Okay, the guy says, why are you selling those pictures? Why the fuck it doesn't matter? You know? Because I make fucking artwork and I sell it. Are you jealous because you can't do it? What the fuck, dude? I mean, that's bullshit. Okay? Trying to throw a guilt trip on me because I'm self-employed and I'm trying to make money to pay my bills? It's unfucking believable how people act and treat other people, you know? I was telling you about social media, and that social media is one of the pitfalls of what's going on in the world, okay? Well, let me tell you something. The worst video making out there is some piece of shit scumbag standing on a sidewalk, filming people, irritating people, agitating people on purpose to say, I know my amendment rights. I can film you if I want. I got freedom of speech. Well, let me tell you something, fuckface. You look up every fucking state in the United States, and it's against the law to film somebody without their permission. So no, your First Amendment right or third or whatever the fuck you're trying to tell people is bullshit. So finally, guess what happened? The state of California, I think it was San Bernardino County or something, they finally arrested 16 of these scumbag fucking losers that walk around with their phone like this. Hey, what about it? You gonna do something? Huh? I know my rights, motherfucker. Fuck you. They finally arrested them. They finally arrested these scumbags, and they're gonna go to jail. All right? The shit's over. Always remember one thing, okay? Hate should be a crime, and it's not. And you shouldn't have hate in your fucking system anyway. And by watching all this social media bullshit and all these TikTok videos and these YouTube shorts, okay, sitting there wasting your fucking time, flipping your phone. And I don't know if anybody's watched TikTok lately, but they are advertising a lot of hate bullshit. All right? So, you know, beware, okay? Beware. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. I'm telling you that the world is not a good place anymore. And, you know, I always say, I've been saying this lately. I've been saying, okay, hold on. There's this, what's this, grass acid? He says, this doesn't make sense. You're always being filmed in public. Go figure, all right? All I can tell you is the law's coming down. Read the laws in your state. And if I was walking down the street and some motherfucker came up filming me, I would turn my camera on and start filming them. I would have a film war with them, okay? And then I'd get their name and their fucking shit and everything else like they ask you for your name, I'd get their name, and then I'd go to the police station and file charges on them for filming me. I think it's disgusting that these scumbags are out there doing that type of filming just so they can get attention, just so they can get a hit on a YouTube video. How stupid and pathetic is that? There's some real fucking winners out there in the world. I was going to tell you that I've been saying lately that America is not land of the free and home of the brave anymore. Well, when that statement was made, land of the free, home of the brave, we're going to go ahead and split it in half. Well, the free part was not getting your shit from the government and crossing over the fucking border and getting a cell phone and $10,000 in a bank account and living larger than the people that were born here. What the term land of the free is that you can go out and open your own business. You can buy your own land. You can produce on that land and make a living, okay, to be your own person in your own fucking world like my friend Pete is. Well, those days are over. The corporation has made it very loud and clear that you are not going to be buying any property. You are not going to be buying a fucking house. All right? Because they're the ones that have jacked the prices up on everything. The corporate world society that we live in today, a lot of people call them the deep state. I don't know what that means. I don't give a fuck what that means. All I know is these oversized, fucking saturated corporations like BlackRock and Blackwater, they have cornered the market, and that used to be against the law. Has anybody ever heard of the Hunt brothers? The Hunt brothers in Texas, they tried to corner the market on the silver market. All right? Well, the government shut them down. But now you got these corporations that are cornering the market on the housing industry, where they are forcing you to live in their houses, buy their houses, and they're making it where you can't even afford or think about buying any property whatsoever. The counties and the states and the city jurisdictions laws are making it harder and harder and harder for you, the small businessman, to stay in business. They do not want you working. They want you working for the corporation, McDonald's, Kroger's. They don't want you working for yourself. They don't want you, what can I say, land of the free, the freedom. There ain't no more fucking freedom here, people. It's over. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. I just paid $18 for cotton candy for my daughter at Disney on Ice. I said to the guy, you must feel crazy saying that price. There ain't nothing crazy. My Aunt Glory went to International IHOP by herself. Now listen to this shit. She's 81 years old. She goes to International IHOP. She ended up spending just for herself. She got 2 eggs, just a basic breakfast. That's all she got, basic breakfast. $28 fucking dollars. How the fuck can anybody afford to eat out anywhere? And why the fuck are you eating out? Do you think by going to a restaurant that the food is not processed, that it's being home cooked? Anything that comes off a food truck is processed. If you don't buy it fresh at the market and cook it yourself, you are fucking yourself. You're eating the same thing that you would eat at McDonald's, going to a restaurant. And I don't give a shit if it's Outback Steakhouse, Macaroni Grill, or wherever the hell you're going. If it comes off a fucking food truck, it is processed. All right? Merry Christmas and God bless. Send to you, CRV Dub. People don't have time to cook. You can't find a job for 40 hours anymore. You need 3 insane hour jobs. That's right, no noise. You got that straight. Nobody wants to let you work 40 fucking hours anymore because they don't want to give you insurance. They want you to rot and die. I was just talking to Minnie, the body shop girl, yesterday. No, I wasn't talking to her. I was talking to my buddy Tim out in Colorado yesterday when I went and rode my bike. And I said, you know what? Let me tell you this, okay? Let me go ahead and break this down to you. The situation that we have is that if I would have stayed in Dallas, Texas, and this is how I know God is real, okay? This is how I know Jesus Christ is right here with the guardian angels. If I would have stayed in Dallas, Texas, I would probably be out of business. My pain in my knees and my hands would be so fucking treacherous that I wouldn't be able to do anything. And that includes riding my bicycle. If we would have stayed in Dallas, Texas, Minnie, the body shop girl, would probably be dead. She had a cyst on her ovaries that was bigger than a grapefruit, bigger than a softball. And it was ready to explode at any fucking given time. She had other problems that were leading up to critical conditions as well. So, I might not like it here in this fucking town, okay? And I shouldn't even be saying that because there's people in this town watching this video probably. But I might not like it here for reasons that we don't need to talk about. But let me go ahead and tell you this. I actually love it here because Jesus Christ basically saved our lives. This is where Jesus wanted us to come. To get better, to get well. My knees are better than brand new, better than baby knees. I ride my bicycle 18 miles every day that I go out and ride my bike. My hands are working condition 100% because we moved here and we got the medical care that we deserve. And that is what Land of the Free is all about. You work your fucking ass off and you're supposed to get payback. Well, not in Dallas, Texas, my friend. Not in Dallas, Texas. We didn't qualify for nothing. But get the fuck out of here and we're sending you a bill in the mail. We had the Obamacare. Fuck you. It was bullshit. $18,000 deductible? And then they start paying? Fuck off. There's people out there getting free shit that don't deserve it. That's never worked a day in their fucking life. Because they're lazy ass scumbags. That's not home of the free. Alright? That isn't home of the free. Okay? That's what you call you're a piece of shit scumbag and you need your ass whooped. Alright? Home of the free is you work your fucking ass off for everything you got in life and you get something out of it back. Now, this country ain't that way anymore. Okay? Everybody ever hear of New World Order? It's coming. Trust me. Stealing mobs of people. No noise. What about people stealing? Yeah, what about it? What about the crash and bash and all these fucking scumbags? You can thank the California governor for that, not me, for letting that go on. My mother's health insurance doubled this year. Oh, that really sucks. Everything's out of control. What are you talking about? Everything. And I'm going to tell you again, it's all because of this shit right here. Social fucking media. This social media bullshit is brainwashing you, brainwashing all these people out there to be the way it is today. Think back before there was the internet. Think back. Was life this chaos? Did we live in a world that was full of shit before the internet existed? No, we didn't. No. All right? I've seen people with expensive cars on food stamps. Well, of course you have, because they're getting the free shit. It was beautiful. Slavic Prokustik. I don't know what's beautiful, but if you say it is, it's fine with me, buddy. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend. Hold on, this guy says here, There are two genders. Any questions? Yeah, exactly. Okay? Exactly. I had a guy tell me he went over to the fucking Walgreens to get his mom a prescription, and this bull dyke, he, she motherfucker was at the counter, had all this shit all over, rainbows, and just, you know how they wear their vests? Well, I mean, it was just fucking full of homosexual fag flag federation advertising. And, you know, the guy said, okay, well, and of course this is a girl trying to be a guy. You know, that's her gender, right? And he said that he told her, okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. You know, to make fun of her, I guess, or make her understand that, yo, you're not a guy. You aren't swinging a dick. So I told him, I said, well, lucky I wasn't in there, because I would have called for the manager, and I would have told him, I'm not fucking with this thing. I'm not doing it. Now, I want my medications for my mom that's dying, which is a female heterosexual, and I am not going to be treated with this shit in my face, in your window face. I'm not going to have a person like this throw this at me because she thinks she's better than me. It's not going to happen. That's what I would have said. And if they didn't like it, I'd say, take your fucking prescription and fuck off. And then I'd go over to Walmart or somewhere else and get it. Because I'm not going to go anywhere like that and have some fag flag federation throw their shit in my face. I don't throw your shit in my face. I don't throw my shit in your face. So why the fuck are you throwing it in my face? What do you have to prove to me? Go back in your fucking closet. And anybody out there that doesn't like the way I think, I don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't care. I don't agree with Fag Flag Federation. All right? I think it's bullshit. They have taken children's activities and taken beautiful things and turned them and twisted them around into the devil. That's what they have done. Okay? And one more thing I want to tell everybody out there, because I've already had 3 people tell me this. If you hear any fucking news on the internet about the Catholic Church welcoming same-sex marriages in, that's fucking bullshit. That is fake news, and that's another fucking sign right there. That's another sign that's telling you social media is brainwashing you. The Catholic Church will never fucking agree to same-sex anything. Believe me, if you see that on the internet, anywhere, it's fake fucking news. We started out with a beautiful situation, and we're ending up with all this fucking bullshit. But do you see the situation, people? Do you see why it's important that we say Merry Christmas and not Happy Holidays? You know, everything has to be politically correct. Oh, here you go. I met a guy, and he kept talking about his wife, but he didn't say my wife. He didn't say my girlfriend. He said my partner. My partner. Me and my partner this. My partner that. I love my partner. Okay, what are you talking about, dude? As far as I'm concerned, a partner is like your friend that might go in business with you, or possibly your buddy's house that you're going to go hang out at. Well, what are you talking about, partner? Oh, well, you know, we got to respect the LGBTQ, and we can't use husband or wife anymore. We have to use the word partner. Partner. Fuck you. I am married to my wife, bitch. She is not my partner. And if you come up to me and say, hey, this is my partner, the only thing I'm going to think about is you're a homosexual. All right? And no, I am not a homophobic. There's no such thing as a homophobic, just to let you know. There's only two homos. There's homosexual and homo sapien. Get the fuck over it, bitch. Okay, this is Pete. I got to go. Take it easy. And the Camaro is running. I'm not doing anything else to it. It's over. No more mechanical work. No more electrical work. No more nothing. The only thing I'm going to do is when it comes time, I'm going to wire the fucking lights up. And then whatever has to be done to it from there on out, as long as it'll start and load up on the boat, I am fucking done. It's over. Capiche? I don't know what you say in England, that the word for over, we're done. But whatever that word is in England, that's the fucking word I'm using. It's done. Okay? It's a done fucking deal. Okay, Hearst Scrambler says, stay Merry Christmas to many. We sure will. It's a done deal, people. We're all done. I'm done. I'm going in circles. Merry Christmas to Godfather Customs, Bernie. And one more thing. I'm almost done with these cars. So if you are looking for any restoration work, metal work, rust repair, etc., contact my friend Pete, and let's get something going. We'll see you later. Take it easy.